that's recently happening in Tunisia today. Good morning to you all. So today we are bringing you the scene happening in Tunisia, whereby our leaders, brave leaders, creating many flights, for the repatriation of our indigenous people, Africans today we call them. Okay, so I want to hear from what you really think about what is happening in Tunis, because we all see that anywhere in this world only black people are suffering. Only black people, myself. So only black people are suffering everywhere you go. So how can we solve this problem? How can we come together as one people? Because the whole world is very scared of our unity. So how can we come together? How can we come together? This is something that should always pop up in our mind. Anywhere we see problem black people facing, we have to. The first thing that has to come to our mind is how can we come together? Because we are so divided through religion, education system, and what? Culture. Yeah, culture. These three things have divided our people. Okay, when it comes to religion, we have Christians, we have Muslims, we have Buddhists recently, we have Jews religion, that is Judaism. Okay, Judaism is recent, it's not an olden religion. It's just recently created by by the Western people, Okay, and which one again? There are many, Okay, so a black man as a Muslim think he is going to heaven, so the rest are not going. So you cannot be with the rest. You have to only be with Muslim. This is the first division. Same happens to Christian and other, Okay, when it comes to education system, okay, the education system was formed in a way to keep us down where we are and bring division within us. How does that happen? Okay, the most educated ones, so the dropouts as inferior, and the drops out also see those who don't go to schools are inferior. So this class difference is also dividing us, and culture. Okay, culture, how does it divide our people? Culture divides our people through we embrace Western culture as our culture. Okay, those who embraces most Western culture see themselves superior to the traditional ones. These two is dividing, because the younger ones are the ones suffering. The younger ones will grow, and when they grow in this Western one, their parents are Western, and these other young ones their parents are traditional. This bring a little bit conflict, because they don't see themselves as equal people. They see themselves, this one sees this one's lower, this one sees this one lower. So these are the problems. So how can we sort this thing? Let me show you the video about the Tunisian president, voice, and what is happening around, because I've already posted some other videos, from other sites where I got it, Thank you very much. So let me hear what you say. Let me hear your let me hear you. What do you think about it? And please try to subscribe. And click the like button, because we are new, so we still learning. Thank you.
Plane after plane keep landing and arriving at airports in West Africa, delivering thousands of students who a week ago were, studying in peace in Tunisia. So this is after the attacks that happened in Tunisia, after the president of Tunisia called upon Tunisians to kick out, black Africans. He called them sub-Saharan Africans, because he said that there was a plot, and he never said from who, but he said there was a plot to change the demography or the population of Tunisia from being purely Arabic to now being a mixed race or mixed ratio kind of society in Tunisia, and not being purely Islamic. So he said that all sub-Saharan Africans, referring to black Africans, some of them who have been in that country for more than 2 decades, others are recent migrants. He said that all of them were illegal migrants to that country because there was that attempt from unknown people who are trying to change the Tunisian demography from being purely Arabic and purely Islamic to now being multiracial and having a larger portion of its population being black and Christian. So he said that these people need to be, chased out, kicked out, and sent back to where they came from.
Tonight, hundreds of sub-Saharan African migrants have been attacked or made homeless in Tunisia after a racist presidential speech last week. Guinea sends a plane to repatriate some of its nationals, and other countries are set to follow suit.
And after his speech, the attacks on black people started, because it turns out a good number of Tunisians share the same sentiments as this president. So you understand. And when we talk about sub-Saharan Africans who are in that country, we are talking about people from Mali. A lot of them are from Mali, others are from Guinea, others are from Nigeria. And they are in that country as students, others are there to look for jobs. Others could be on transit to try to cross the Mediterranean and go to Europe. So all those groups are there. But he said that they need to be kicked out because there was a plot to repopulate the Tunisian population with black people. That is what he said. Even though, even the name Africa, itself came from Tunisia, because there was a group of people who are living in Tunisia before the Arabs invaded Tunisia and turned it into majority Arabic. Before they invaded in 700 AD, when they were spreading Islam, there were people who were living there, and this tribe were being referred to as the Ifri or the Aser or the Afri by the Romans. So
this lady asks, this black lady, are white women really that scared of black women? And I'm going to say yes. And this is my opinion as a white woman who is 53 years old and has lived in the South in Georgia my entire life. But it's not being scared, but it's a fear. And it's not a physical fear, it is a mental fear. It is what we see in you and what we see you doing and how it challenges us and the fear of that. So we see black women and we see how strong you are. We see you coming together as a community. We see you supporting each other. We see you supporting your community, supporting your families, supporting your children, going out and fighting for your rights, being authentic in your race and in your femininity. Anyway. And we're jealous. I think we're jealous because we would love to be that, I think, and we don't know how to break out of the indoctrination that we have been suppressed by our entire lives. And I'm not giving white women a pass, don't get me wrong, but I know I and most women have been told, white women have been told our entire lives, be quiet, know your place, be a good girl, don't rock the boat, don't be too much. And when you are any of those things, you are ostracized because you have rocked their boat. And that is what black women are. You rock our boat, our mental boat, because you challenge us to look at how we are deficient and not living in our truth, and it makes us uncomfortable. And people don't like to be uncomfortable. And it makes us start to question ourselves, and people don't like to question themselves. We would rather live in our little bubble of white supremacy and what we know and comfortableness. I know it's not a word. Than a lot of people would, white women would, rather than challenge themselves to grow and know more, because it's easy. Doing the work is hard. It's really hard. I've been doing the work the past several years, and it's hard. It's hard admitting some truths about yourself and some truths about yourself as a white woman. So yeah, I think that white women are scared of black women because you challenge us in that way, and a lot of us don't like it. And that's why we fear you. It's because we fear what you make us face. I just want to add one thing to my video last night. You saw how many white women voted for Trump, and you saw how many white women voted against Stacey Abrams. White women were never going to vote for Stacey Abrams. White women don't want a black woman over them upsetting the hierarchy of supremacy. But even more than that, white women are scared of black women. We fear them. And the reason we fear them is because we know that they are free. We know that they are strong. We know that they are much better than us when it comes to supporting each other and being authentic and being real and speaking their truth. And we don't like that because we know that we should be doing that, but we're not.